Jesse, first of all, it all started kind of at halftime, and no one really knows why. Question and announcer whatever sent off. Just wondering what you saw in there, and if you can kind of describe that scene.
Yeah, I mean, obviously what the exact details are, but that was the precipice of it, and it turned into a melee. Yeah, I think that set the tone for the second half for sure. I mean, both teams didn't want to back down. So, I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on our team's performance. And in 2 games against the supposed best team in league history, I thought that we played well both games, dictated the game both games, went after it in a big way, and we're a little bit unlucky just to come up a little short on a few plays. But I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of the fight they showed. I'm proud of the way that they played. And so in life, you don't always get what you deserve. That's what I told them. And that's what sports is about. That's what life is about. But in terms of now really going after it in a way to represent what we're trying to do here, I thought that so many of our guys really laid it on the line. So a little bit unlucky to come up short.
If you're in TSU's dressing room right now, are you feeling like you escaped?
They should be feeling like they escaped because they did. It's not even. It's not whether they feel like that or not. I mean, they have to move on, and ultimately it's survive, right? So they accomplished the goal. But yeah, I mean, again, I think that we are a little bit unlucky in this series not to come out with more. But congratulations to Toronto. Don't want to take anything away from them. I want to focus more on us. I want to focus more on the way that we played and how we were a little bit unlucky.
Can you talk about the formation change and what led into that and how you got
Yeah, so, tonight had a lot of factors. So we went into the game. I kind of knew when we came here that playing with the diamond was going to match up well against them and disturb a lot of the things that they wanted to do. We also didn't want it to be a game where we just possessed the ball and they sat back and countered. So we did a lot of little things to try to combat their conservative tactics. And, for the most part, I thought that a lot of what we did was successful. We just weren't able to capitalize enough. Some interesting plays, goals that get called back, and some, it was one of those games that's just wild with cards, with goals and calls, and wild game. And so I thought that we kept our head, though, for the most part, and again, a little bit lucky to come up short.
What do you think what was your message to the team at halftime? Because they obviously came out flying.
Well, yeah, I mean, we wanted to, well, first of all, we knew that with one less man on the field, that it would be more of a transition game, which would help us. So we didn't find out about the red cards until about 3 minutes before we went out. So we had addressed everything we wanted to accomplish. Then right before we were about to go out, we get the word that both guys are thrown out. So we had to quickly make adjustments, and we kind of reverted to some tactics that we used here before with going like a 4-2-1-2, and thought it was effective. And again, and then we switched again in the game as they switched. So again, I want to be clear. I want to congratulate Toronto FC, but I also want to say that I'm really proud of our guys, and I think we're unlucky to come up a little short.
What sparked that melee and all hell breaking loose? And
listen, it's an emotional game. Their crowd was into it. I think that it probably the precipice was the double yellow, right? When I don't know, I don't even know what happened exactly between Sasha and Josie, and I thought Giovinco was getting a piece of our guys all game, and frankly, the ref was letting it happen, and that started the play when he got a piece of Tyler Adams. So I mean, and then the emotion fell over into the halftime.
They've outscored teams 45-15 here and didn't produce a shot on goal tonight. What does that tell you about the state of this game?
Well, you could go back to Red Bull Arena and just say that I think they had 2 shots on goal the whole series, right? I think that's right then. So they only had 6 shots that game. We were, we made a mistake on the second goal, but we dictated the game. I thought it was great to see our team against such a good team really go after it. So yeah, it says a lot. Two shots on goal over 180 minutes. It's pretty impressive.
Looking back on the season now that sort of comes to a quick close, how would you rate this year? What would you say about it?
I told them this is the favorite team I've ever coached. A resilient bunch, a bunch that were committed to each other at the highest level, that cared about all the right things. A young group, a fearless group, a group that got better and better as the year went on. I told them I learned more about myself and who I am as a person and who I am as a coach this year than any year I've ever coached. So I'm thankful to them for what they put in for this club and for this team. So really proud of them. Really proud of them, and I think we have work to do in the off season, but I think we have a bright future with this team and with this group.
Do you feel you need to add another game break or anything like that between now and next season?
Yeah, probably. I mean, we have room to make adjustments. So, we're continuing to build an infrastructure within the club of how to evaluate what kinds of players to put into it, and then, yeah, I think we have room to make some additions, and we're always looking to do that the right way. But I think that next year, if we can do that the right way, that we have a great foundation and base, and it's just about adding some important pieces.
What is it about these two teams that when they ever get together, it always seems like there's something about it where it's chippy and... Yeah,
I mean, listen, somebody said that to me beforehand. I mean, honestly, if you want to go down the list of our rivalries, like Toronto's, I mean, we have 6 teams before Toronto that come. Well, now, we respect Toronto. They're a good team. I think they're well coached. I think it's an organization that tries to do things the right way. So we have respect for them, and there's always good games. And I hope that the respect is mutual. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think they're down the list in terms of real rivalries for us.
Jesse, you relied heavily on youth this year. You saw some of those players in the playoff run, Tyler Adams, Aaron Long.
Yeah, so first of all, we watched our USL team last night, and we're really proud of those guys. They really went after it in Louisville, lost in penalties. A lot of bright young players in that group that we'll have to think about how they fit into what we're doing here. So John Wolniak and his staff and that team has done a great job. And then, yeah, I mean, you've seen now the transition of guys like Aaron Long and Tyler Adams and Sean Davis and Alex Mule and, different guys that continue to play a big role in what we do here, adding Amir and Murillo and Escobar. And so that's why I say the foundation of young players that are talented and fit the way we play and are brave and go after it. I'm really excited, really excited. I told them it's hard to finish the year right now because it's been a long year, but it hasn't felt that way because the group just continues to challenge themselves and get better and better.
Just as an opposition coach, do teams feel like they can get Giovinco off his game and Alster off his game, these big players who tonight lost their heads and won't be playing the next game?
I don't know. I mean, listen, I think when you play a good team, the problem we had with the first game is that we played the way that they wanted to play and we didn't take them out of their comfort zone enough. That wasn't the case tonight. Like in their own stadium, I thought we really took them out of their comfort zone. Now, again, they still emerged. They accomplished the mission. But, the way we play is we like games to be the way we want to play them, not the way the opponent does. And we accomplished that a lot more tonight than we did the first game.
And that frustrates players?
Well, I mean, if you take away time and space, it certainly does. So that's again that's a lot of our goal. Then you're always trying to be careful so that those guys, if they have when there are breakdowns in tactics and pressure and everything else, that if they have advantages, that you have the types of defenders that can still shut down plays. And for the most part, like how great was Aaron Long? I mean, amazing, and Giovinco, right? Great job. He did a great job. So, yeah.
I was just going to ask you one more.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem.
Alex Bono comes up with really 2 good saves in both games, both on Bradley.
Yep.
Can we say that's the difference?
Yes, we can say that's a difference. So, that and maybe the Giovinco free kick, right? But Bono, I think, had a great series. He looked confident, coming off his line, making saves. Good for him. He did. For a young goalkeeper to show up big like that, that was good for them. Okay?
Thanks.
All right, thank you guys.